Hello, Jonathan. My name is Robin Harris, and I would love to share some of my vector-borne and zoonotic disease expertise with you to hopefully give you and the local community a better idea of what's currently going on in the area. It has been reported that someone locally has contracted Chagas. Chagas disease, for reference, is also known as the T. cruzi infection, as well as the American trypanosomiasis, which is the parasite itself. The insect this patient most likely contracted Chagas from is known as the triatomine bug. You may have heard some people call them kissing or vampire bugs based on where they assumed they would bite, which was thought to be near the mouth. However, this is a myth, as you can technically be bitten by these bugs anywhere they are able to access, on humans and animals. We are currently in Argentina, which explains why there may have been cases, considering this disease is indicated as a neglected tropical disease, or NTD, according to the National Institutes of Health. This is an American disease first identified in 1908. America disease, excuse me. First identified in 1908 by a Brazilian bacteriologist and is mostly found in Latin American countries, including Brazil, Bolivia, and Ecuador, just to name a few. In addition, there are also cases throughout the southern part of the United States, in places such as Texas and New Mexico, and it is spreading. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention provides a very simple yet thorough visual for the life cycle of this parasite, to which it begins at the bug stage. The triatomine bug first bites a host that is a mammal, so a mammalian host, which then leads to trypomastiogotes being released. Trypomastiogotes being the flagellate protozoans, known as the infected form, protozoa being one main class or type of parasite. The cycle then progresses to the human stage, being the trypomastiogotes are now in the cells where they initially bit, which then turns into amastiogotes, which is the parasite form that now continues in the host that has been infected by the bite, which starts a very detrimental repetition of triomastiogotes coming out of the cells and then entering into the bloodstream of the infected host. That same bug is then infected itself, since it is now fed on either the human or animal that has contracted these parasites. So you see, the cycle just goes full circle and can be very harmful to any host. Although, like many other contractions or diseases, there are some rare cases where Chagas disease may have been contracted from a lab mistake or possibly a blood transfusion, etc. But there are ways or prevention measures that can help the average person from contracting this disease. The primary idea being to avoid interactions with these bugs, if possible. So if in these areas where the numbers are larger or continuously rising, use some type of insect repellent. Add netting over your bed if needed, that you have insecticide soaked. Luckily, this is not a disease that can be transmitted from person to person. So that's good. But so you still need to be observant, aware, and actually just remove the bug itself if possible. Those are the best strategies to avoid contraction. Please remember to be observant in certain places, possibly more than others, such as your furniture, beds, and anywhere where your pets may live or just wander around.